The first method we've seen for solving a system of equations is by graphing. Let's look at this example. We have two equations. The first one in blue here, so I'm going to call that equation 1. And the second one I'm going to call equation 2. Now in order to graph this, it has to be in slope y-intercept form so that I can be able to identify the slope and the y-intercept. So we're going to start by isolating y in equation 1. So we start with our equation 1, which was minus 2x plus 3y equals to 8. I want to isolate y, so I want to bring all the terms with x to the right side of the equation. So now I have minus 2x. I want to get rid of that, so I'm going to add 2x on both sides of the equation. Okay, if we look at the next line here, we have 3y is equal to 8 plus 2x. I want to isolate the y, so I divide by 3. So I divide every single term in the equation by 3, and we end up having y is equal to 8 over 3 plus 2 over 3x. In order for that to be in slope y-intercept form, normally we have the form y equals to mx plus b. So I'm just going to switch the order here. I'm going to put the term with the x in front. That way it's easy to see. This is our slope. So 2 over 3 is our slope. Remember, it's rise over run, so rise 2 and run 3. 1, 2, 3 if I were to graph this. And the 8/3, that is our y-intercept. Okay, so we've done that for equation 1. We do the same thing for equation 2. We isolate y. So we have 3x minus y equals to negative 5. Here we have minus 3x on both sides of the equation so that we can get rid of that. Now we've isolated minus y. To get rid of that negative, so right now minus y, that means y is being multiplied by negative 1. So we use the opposite operation of multiplication, and we divide by negative 1 everywhere. So every single term in the equation. And my next line will be y is equal to 5 plus 3x. Okay, so the negative 5 divided by negative 1, that gives me a positive 5. Negative 3x divided by negative 1, that gives me positive 3x. So we've successfully isolated y in our equation. Okay, so now our next step is to graph. I can graph this by using the slope y-intercept method. Okay, so I start at my y-intercept where the graph crosses the y-axis. So here would be 5 and rise over 1. So I would rise by 3. 1, 2, 3, run by 1 to the right. Now, we already know how to graph by hand, so we can use a graphing calculator. When we use the graphing calculator, we can save a lot of time. So here I'm going to click y equals 2, and okay, these would not have been there already for us. So I press y equals 2, and in y1 we're going to press our first equation. Okay, so our first equation was 2/3 x plus 8/3. So 2/3 in the graphing calculator is the same as saying 2 divided by 3. So I'm going to open my bracket, say 2 divided by 3, that was 2/3, close the bracket, times x, so I can write x here, and 3x plus 5. And the second equation was 3x plus 5, so I'm going to type in 3x plus 5. Now I can graph. So here my first equation is coming up, and the second one. So now we want to calculate the point of intersection. I can see right now it's over here, but I want to calculate exactly what that is. So I'm going to press second trace to go to the button Calc or calculate. So I want to calculate the intersection. So I'm going to press 5 here for intersection. Now, the calculator asks us, is this the first curve? So yes, you press enter. Is this the second curve? Yes. Press enter. It jumps there automatically for you. And then guess. One last time we press enter. And there's our answer. The intersection was the point -1, 2.